Welcome in, everybody, to Game 2 of this doubleheader, trying to get the game going as soon as possible. Coaches have conferred, and we just barely are scraping lineups together. Lucky for us, the setup did not have to change or adjust. All we did was change the logos on the score bug and get ready for Game 2. Arlington High won 5-3 against Toloso Midway just moments ago here at the home of the Warriors, and now they face the San Antonio Stevens Falcons out of District 28 6A under the direction of Coach Preston Rogers. Pops, it was a fun Game 1, and we're excited to take the field for Game 2 of Day 2 of our tournament action.
Yeah, it was just a real nail-biter all the way down to the end. The Colts get up by 2 runs with an insurance run late in the game. And then the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Gamez comes in and shuts the door with a dramatic 2 strikeouts in a row to close the door and get the win. Baseball is just a great game.
Adam Tayara is going to get the nod on the mound for today's Game 2 action. Around the horn defensively, not a whole lot of change. Axel Alvarado getting the start behind the plate. Noah Cifuentes will be at first. Colin Murphy at second. A.B. Alvarado at third. Danny Bustamante at short. I'm reading a 7 on Dom Trillo's indicator, so that would put him in left field. Gannon Howard in center and Payne Kernal in right, but I see...
Did they cross me up?
No, I just think he wrote it wrong because 21 is going to right field. So,
okay.
Pops, you did have some influence on it as Dom Trillo will be starting in right field.
I was standing in the dugout waiting on the lineup, and Coach Womack looks at Dom and says, left field or right field? And Dom was non-committal, said, I can play anywhere, Coach. And everybody was quiet, and I finally piped up. I said, right field. Dom's like, okay. And Coach is like, okay. And I said, my reason is because of that play in Weatherford where Dom caught the ball and nailed the runner coming home from third.
A highlight-worthy play, to be sure.
And Womack was like, that's legit.
That's very fair. That's a very fair reason to do it.
I enjoyed talking to some of the boys. I talked to Gannon Howard in the dugout and asked him about that play at the ball game last night where he was down for just a little bit. He said, indeed, his air got knocked out of him.
That makes sense.
That's all it was. He was diving for that ball, and he goes, Pops, I had it. I had it in my glove.
Oh.
And I said, oh, Gannon.
Stevens will be the designated visitors. First pitch from Tayara is in there for a called strike 1 to the right fielder, number 17, Aaron Sanchez. Fans, a reminder that as we open up this game, open up your home to new possibilities with our friends at Modern West Windows and Doors. First pitch presenters of all ZAP broadcasts. Quickly 2-1 to Aaron Sanchez. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Mike Hernandez, and the center fielder, Jordan Vargas. In play to Bustamante. He'll play it on the third hop and fire it to Cifuentes for the 6-3 and out number 1. That'll take us to Mike Hernandez, and as I said, the center fielder, Jordan Vargas. Batting cleanup is the third baseman, Matt Diaz. Batting fifth is the catcher, J.T. Tejada. Pitcher, DH, Julian Robles is in the 6th hole, followed by the second baseman, Victor Garcia. First baseman, Ben Calderon, bats 8th, and the shortstop, Josh Hernandez, rounds out the order for the Stevens Falcons. Called strike on the inside corner, and Tayara is ahead in the count, 0-1. Just a bit outside as it is 1-1. Time is called for Mike Hernandez. It is issued, and he steps back in and has to swim away from that pitch as it moves to 2 balls and a strike. Tayara quick to the plate. In play to left field. Karnal giving chase and making the grab for the F7. 2 away to start this ball game. We didn't really get to have much of a pregame show from Chapman Cornelius because of how quickly things go here.
Yeah, the turnaround is very quick when you've got a doubleheader and you're playing the immediate game right after that.
But Chapman Cornelius has been helping folks for decades to take care of your insurance needs, as strike one is issued to the center fielder Jordan Vargas. Go to chapman-cornelius.com to find out more about all they can do for your small business, matching your needs and budget. That one is a hard hit ball to short, and Bustamante is going to trip, and he hurt his knee. It's going to be an infield single for Vargas, but I don't like the way Danny went down there, Pops.
He's grabbing that right knee, and Coach Womack's going to go out there and check on him.
That is not a good sign. The way turf can mess with young people's Achilles, I am very concerned. It'll be credited an infield single for Jordan Vargas. But that is not something you want to see. While they tend to him, we're going to say hello to a couple of our sponsors and be right back on Zap. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Bustamante was helped up off of the turf there, and looks like he wants to stay in the game, trying to walk this off to the best of his abilities. But he is limping a good bit. We'll have to keep an eye on the Grayson College commit as the game progresses. First pitch to Matt Diaz is too far inside for ball one. They'll go and check on the runner at first. That's the center fielder Vargas, back in plenty of time. In play to Bustamante. Couple of steps, a long throw, and the hop is in time. Well, that's a great thing to see after what we just saw on that tumble. He'll be in the first 3 spots in the lineup. We'll see how Arlington does offensively when we come back. It's the Stevens Falcons nothing. The Colts coming up to the plate here on the Zap Network. We'll be right back.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Bottom of the first, getting ready to get underway as Arlington gave up a infield single, but other than that, Stevens went down rather quietly. Leading off for Arlington after picking up that 5-3 win just about a half an hour ago. They're turning around looking to collect win number 5 on the season. And to do that, they'll be sending the center fielder number 2, Gannon Howard. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Danny Bustamante, and the left fielder, Payne Kernal. Catcher number 5, Axel Alvarado, will bat in the cleanup spot. Got a 2-run RBI base hit that helped provide the final margin of 5-3 in the last game. Noah Cifuentes is in the 5 spot, playing first base. A.B. Alvarado batting 6th at third. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Colin Murphy, who made a game-saving snag defensively for Arlington in the last game. Adam Tayara is batting for himself, pitching today and batting in the 8th spot. And Dom Trillo bats 9th, rounding out the lineup for the Colts. Defensively around the horn for Stevens, Calderon is at first, Garcia is at second, Diaz at third, Hernandez is at short. Is there another Hernandez in this lineup, or did I write that wrong?
No, there are 2.
There are 2
Mike
Hernandez.
in left field and Josh Hernandez at short.
Mike in left. And Josh, you said?
Josh Hernandez in at shortstop.
At short. Vargas is in center, Sanchez is in right. It's 0-1 to Gannon Howard to start off the bottom of the first inning. Too low on that delivery from the pitcher, number 22, Julian Robles, his battery mate behind the plate, J.T. Tejada. That's a strike at the knees looking, and Howard is behind 1-2 now. Donna Nipper tuning in the YouTube live chat, saying go Colts. That's a bouncer in the turf here. Bob, do you mind reminding everyone of the dimensions here at the ballpark? Or
yeah, it's an all-turf field here at Tuloso Midway Ballpark. 315 down the left field line, 330 down the right field line, and 400 feet to dead straightaway center field.
Trying to send it to that right field area. Got a little bit behind it and didn't quite square it up. And it'll go foul as the Bee Gees start playing for Gannon Howard, who is staying alive in this first at-bat. Fans, a reminder, if you hit subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, that one's not going to be waited on as Gannon sends that to center field. But if you subscribe and then wait just a short 10 minutes, you too can join the chat, much like Donna Nipper did. And it's a leadoff single to center field for Gannon Howard.
Good to see Gannon get bat on ball there and get one out of the infield to lead off here in the first inning of this second game of the day.
We found out that Ray has defeated all of their opponents so far and faces Falfurious at some point today. If they defeat Falfurious, then they will win this pool, but Arlington looking to go 3-1 in pool play if they can pull out a victory here this afternoon against Stevens. The Falcons went 9-15 last year, finished 6-10 in District 28 6A. Missed the playoffs, but they are under some very stout, consistent leadership from Coach Preston Rogers, who has been at the helm for 21 years. Runner goes. That's a ball? No, that's a called strike, and they got Gannon at second. Caught stealing is the runner Howard, and the bases are clear, and there's one away. J.T. Tejada getting it down to Josh Hernandez, covering second base from short and applying the tag for out number 1. It did clip the corner, so it's strike 1 to Bustamante here. And that one is a fastball high and tight for 1-1.
Good to see Busta in the batter's box after that little tumble at shortstop in the last half inning.
Too far outside. Is Tejada hitting his glove every time there's a pitch? I'm hearing a popping noise. Yeah. He punches the glove on the delivery. This one's sky to center field, but it's going to be grabbed by Vargas. The metaphorical warning track for an F8 and out number 2.
That one got up into the jet stream and just kept carrying, but the outfielder Jordan Vargas did a good job tracking it and hauling it in for the out on Bustamante.
So it's 2 up and 2 down for the left fielder Cornell. That one's a dribbler to shortstop. Cornell has a chance to leg it out. The third baseman covering, gets it to Calderon in time. Diaz throws out Cornell for a 5-3, even though it went shortstop's direction. He had the momentum going to that side of the field. And the Colts are retired in 1-2-3 fashion unconventionally after Howard was caught stealing. We're going to the second inning, scoreless here in Corpus Christi. Back after this on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome back to TM Ballpark, home of the Warriors. Arlington played those Warriors in the last ball game that happened at 2 o'clock. Came up on top 5-3. And
what a great ball game.
Great ball game. And now we get to hopefully have another great ball game for our last bit of action for the day. The second inning is presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need cast iron replacement specialists at 817-807-7069. Pipe and Peak, serving Arlington for over 16 years. So call them maybe if you need pipe specialists. JT Tejada with a great throw down to second base to gun down the very speedy Gannon Howard. And he'll be leading things off in the 5, 6, 7 spots. It'll be Tejada with Julian Robles on deck and Victor Garcia in the hole. Tayara out for another inning of work, and his slider was late on the release there. Bounces into the turf before it can get to home plate. And it's ball number 1. Same pitch, same result, 2-0. The count to Tejada, leading things off here. And it's now 3-0 as that one tails away from him. It's a 4-pitch walk to the catcher Tejada. He'll probably get a courtesy runner once he makes it down to first base. Coach Rogers calls time, and we will get a new runner there. We'll let you know who it is as soon as we're able to put eyeballs on it. Jerseys are a little bit easier to read for this game than they were on the past one, as this is number 8 checking in for the catcher. Number 8 is Eli Montez. Eli Montez running at first base. Bunt is pulled back. Runner got a little too far away. The tag is in time! Let's see if the replay buffer is working for old Zach now after some adjustments were made. The throw home, the pop, the throw, the tag. What a great sequence and a great throw by Axel Alvarado. And the pickoff results in the first out.
And you know, Zach, I had a good time. In between the innings, I was down there at the side Colt Butt dugout, and I was able to talk to Axel for quite a while. I said how impressed we were with his defense, and there it shines once again.
Yeah, you're very lucky. You get to go say hi to those guys while I work on getting the stream up and running, as that one is away from 22 Robles.
Like to make a personal connection with some of the team members when they're not on the ball field.
Next pitch from Tayara is going to be too far inside. It's back-to-back walks as he's having trouble throwing it inside there. I don't know if you mentioned it during the ball game or if you mentioned it pregame, but you got to talk to Gannon Howard a little bit too, didn't you?
I did. I got to talk to him while he was in the dugout, and I said, "What happened last night?" And I said, "Were you hurt?" And he goes, "No, it just when I laid out and hit the ground, I hit right on my solar plexus and knocked the wind out of me." And he looked at me and he goes, "But Pops, I had it in my glove." It was an amazing long hit to the dead center field, and he was full steam running with his back to the infield and laid out and said, "Pops, I had it in my glove." And when he fell, it popped out.
I thought it might have tipped out of his glove when it happened in the moment. It was a bang play. Ball one here to the second baseman, Victor Garcia. But Axel Alvarado jumping up like that is prompting Julian Robles to stay honest on his leadoff attempt. Pickoff attempt there by Tayara, courtesy tag applied, but the pitcher is actually running for himself right now. That is Robles over at first.
They may be just a little skittish after that throw by Axel.
That one's going to get fouled out of play and head to the concourse behind us towards the lemonade stand. Actually going to go right up to the person that's in line for lemonade out there. So it's a ball and a strike to Garcia. We've enjoyed the lemonades that we've had here at TM Ballpark, but have not enjoyed the company that they come with. Some little bumblebees that get curious and want to smell some of the sweetness. I had 3 make it into my lemonade yesterday, and they drowned, but they died happy, I suppose.
Yes, they did.
Strike is called at the plate here. They all got curious and got a little too curious.
Well, it turned from a refreshing sweet drink to a protein drink.
To a protein shake, yes, exactly. 1 ball and 2 strikes here as Tayara delivers an off speed that has some contact headed to foul territory. Actually, Cifuentes is going to camp underneath it in fair territory and collect an F3 for out 2. The wind looked like it might have swirled that one back in because players were looking like they might need to go to foul territory. And then Cifuentes just looked up and was able to reel it into the glove. Tayara having to pitch out of the stretch now with a runner aboard. This one's shallow center field, playable for Murphy, and he'll make the grab for the F4 and out, number 3. So a couple of walks, but no damage done after a pickoff and a couple of flyouts. We're headed to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at TM Ballpark. Back in a few moments here on the Zap Network after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come.
Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Back to TM Ballpark for the final game of this Day 2 action. A doubleheader. Instead of playing a game and then having a half-hour turnaround and going to another ballpark, we just got to keep our setup right here at TM, and the accommodations are nice. So is the weather. It's a little breezy, but it's still a beautiful day for baseball.
And again, a day at the ballpark is better than any day in the office.
Oh, I love it when this is my office.
Exactly.
Axel Alvarado leading things off to begin the Colts half of the inning. He had a clutch RBI single in the game prior. It plated 2 runs and eventually provided the final margin. You look at that game, Pops, as he looks at ball 1. Arlington plated 2 runs on wild pitches, but they also got 2 runs off of that 1 base hit. A matter of 3 pitches determined 4 of Arlington's runs. That one can't find the zone either, and Axel quickly finds himself very far ahead in the count. Strike is going to be called. He was taking it the whole way. Noah Cifuentes in the 5 hole waiting on deck. A.B. Alvarado also guaranteed an at-bat this frame. And that'll be ball 4. I want to say that's the 4th or 5th walk that Axel Alvarado has drawn during this tournament.
Well, I complimented him on that very thing. I said, not only do you have a hot bat and getting a lot of base knocks, you are also being very patient at the plate and seeing the ball as the result of getting some of those walks.
Quiros comes in as the courtesy runner. Arlington occupying that first base dugout, so sometimes it's not quite as obvious when we see those courtesy runners or pinch runners coming in because they just slide right out and step another 15 feet and they're standing on first base. But it is a bright sunny day, so a good song choice to be walking on sunshine up to first base. Quiros aboard. Cifuentes squares up for the bunt, pulls back, and ropes one foul down the left field line. That was a great thought and a great swing, and it would have been trouble if it had gone all the way to that 315-foot marker out on the left corner.
And he did a fantastic job executing a bunt in the first game this afternoon.
He did. He laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt.
Moving players around into scoring position.
And they're going to call strike 2 on that inside corner. Nothing in 2 now. And he's going to foul that one off of his opposite leg. He's got one. He's got one on the left side in case he's hit by a pitch down there. But I think that one went off of his right foot, which may not have as much protection.
Umpire's out talking to the San Antonio Stevens pitcher.
Little bit of gamesmanship there. You take your time going out there and very slowly and delicately placing it into the pitcher's glove and then coming back after Noah has a moment to shake things off. That's one of the unspoken rules of the game of baseball. Very gentlemanly sport. High and away there to 26, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Runner goes. It's a hit and run. And they will avoid the double play opportunity with that hit and run. It does go straight to Josh Hernandez, who fires it to Calderon. But Cifuentes, more or less, able to move the runner into scoring position. Almost counts the same as a sacrifice.
Right, right. Just like the bunt that he laid down, he moved the runner along into scoring position.
And now Quiros is at second for A.B. Alvarado. First pitch to him is a called strike one. Looks like a 12-6 fastball. Looked a little bit high, but then the velo brings it down into the zone at the very last second. It's 0-1. Robles calls for the pitches to recycle, has one that he wants in mind, and delivers it. Same pitch, almost the exact same placement. And the same result. It's 0-2.
AB gave a grimace, a big wide-grinned grimace on that one. Maybe thinking he might like that one back.
First time through the lineup for everybody, getting to familiarize themselves with the pitcher. Goes off speed and chops that one foul. He was late on that swing. I don't think he was expecting off speed at that one. Third baseman Diaz able to collect it and gives it back to the umpire. And play is signaled. Way too high, and he takes a look at a ball there. Murphy waiting in the on-deck area, as the Colts trying to be opportunistic with runners in scoring position. The 1-2. Fouled out of play, and AB staying alive. Crashes into the concrete on the concourse. He'll take a couple of practice swings. It's almost like I queued it up.
Yeah.
Wonder if they're listening to our broadcast. Probably not.
Well, we've got someone who's really paying attention in the press box today for this game.
For this game.
As opposed to nobody last game.
So I still have a theory about that, as this one is too low for ball two. I suspect it's one of the coaches up there running the scoreboard and the music, and they couldn't
They were all busy.
do that because they were coaching the TM game against Arlington. Robles with a 2-2 now, sets and delivers. AB puts that one in play. It's going to second base. And the play is in time. Garcia to Calderon for the 4-3. And it'll be up to Colin Murphy to try to bring Quiros in from third base. The backstop here, Pops, is definitely deep enough for runs to score if it gets away from the catcher. We saw that happen twice in the game against TM. Murphy liked that first pitch he saw, but couldn't quite put it in play. It's going to go off of the catcher, Tejada, a little bit there, and he'll have to shake this one off as the umpire again showing a little bit of gamesmanship by going out to pretend talk to Robles for a moment. And we'll come set again with the 0-1. That one's a called strike as it dips across that left-hand side of the plate. And it's 0-2 now to Murph. He's going to send this one into foul territory, and it'll go out of play as the first baseman, Calderon, came up to try to take a look at it, but not much to look at as it goes over the netting and behind the first base dugout. And Murphy digs back in for another 0-2. And another chopper foul.
Zach, I got to visit with some of the San Antonio Stevens fans on the way back up from getting lineups, and I told them about our broadcast, and they were going to put the link on their social media network. So if we've got some fans of the Falcons listening in, welcome to Zach Arnold Productions and this ball game this afternoon.
At 0-2 is too high, closer to the letter A on the upper left quadrant of the jerseys for Arlington here today. 1-2. Off the wrist, jammed into foul territory, and it'll stay 1-2. Yeah, we had a great turnout yesterday with some Foul Furious fans tuning in for game 1. And then we sent the QR code around the stadium over at Cabinus for the CC Ray fans to try to tune in. TM has their own broadcast crew, so we had some pretty Arlington faithful in the last game. As he takes a look at ball number 2 here, a quality at-bat for Colin Murphy. But we always try to represent both teams well and give credit where it's due. So if you are a Falcons fan, welcome for the next couple of hours. Glad to have you along. 2-2. Chopper, foul. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what, the 8th pitch of the at-bat or something like that?
Yeah, the battle going on here.
That is crazy.
I spent some time talking to Coach Rogers during that pregame area and made sure I had all the students' names pronounced correctly. And we always want to represent both teams as well as we can in this athletic competition.
Murphy, the 7-hole hitter, with a 2-2 again. And he'll lay off of that to work the count full.
Good job there by JT Tejeda to slide over into the other batter's box to block that one. Otherwise, a run could be home from third base there. Good defense.
Robles sets and fires. And again, Murphy gets a piece of it, but not enough to collect a base hit. Who will win this battle between Colin Murphy and Julian Robles? A base hit breaks the scoring open. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Take your base. Colin Murphy wins that battle.
Yeah.
Pitch count escalates a little bit for Robles as well, as he's not able to collect that third out just yet. And now the inning continues as we go to the pitcher, Adam Tayara. 8-hole hitter. He'll be followed by Don Trillo if he can find a way aboard. Runners on the corners. Quiros over at third. And that one's going to tail away, and now it's a rundown situation. The throw is high. It's going to center field, and here comes Quiros. The high throw by Tejada will plate the first run of the game. It's Arlington 1-0. That'll be a run scored on the E2 as that one goes over the head of Garcia. And Vargas collects it, but not before Arlington's aggressive base running plates the first run of the game.
We had noted earlier that Coach Womack really seems to be aggressive on the running, trying to find the limits that his players have early in the season.
That one's to left field. Is it in for a base hit? No, it is not. A sliding grab out there by Mike Hernandez, scooping it off of the ground from 6 inches up, and that'll end the inning. But not before the E2 plates run number 1 here in the bottom of the second. We're headed to the third. The Colts are ahead by 1 now. This is high school baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Adam Tayara now with a run of support after scoring a run by Quiros off of the E2 committed by Tejada. The third inning is presented by Field Ops. They do more than just field markings, they also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do by calling 817-908-2194.
And it's Pops time.
Yeah, it's
Top of the third
Pops
inning.
inning while I recalibrate my senses.
As the San Antonio Stevens Falcons come to bat here for the third time this afternoon. We hit the bottom of the order. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters coming to the plate for the Falcons. Josh Hernandez, the shortstop, leading off for them. Take it back to the top of the order. On deck is Aaron Sanchez, the right fielder, and in the hole, Mike Hernandez. Tayara's first delivery, a little bit down for ball 1. Zach mentioned the Colts have that 1-run lead now for Tayara. Give him a little confidence here. And there's a called strike. Count runs to 1-1 on Josh Hernandez. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now as Tayara works ahead in the count here on the first batter of the third inning. Called strike 3. Backwards K in the scorebook as Tayara notches his first strikeout of the afternoon. And that'll take us back to the top of the order for the Falcons. Aaron Sanchez, the right fielder, steps into the right-handed batting box. First ball is a curveball that hangs a little bit high for ball 1. High again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Aaron Sanchez. The wind and the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. 2-1 the count. 2-2 the count.
He's got a quick delivery.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
He's very, very quick to the plate.
Tayara moving fast here. 1-2 strikes. Curveball gets him swinging. 2 Ks in a row, 1 looking and 1 swinging, and there's 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Mike Hernandez, the left fielder for the Falcons. Made a great catch to end the inning in the last inning. A diving catch out there. Good defense.
Had to charge at it in kind of an awkward position to get your glove in order to make that scooping grab off the turf. That would have been an extra run for Arlington if he didn't make that catch.
First pitch to him is a called strike 1. Love to recognize effort when kudos are due. Swung on and hit to the right side. Trillo coming in, makes the grab. And that takes care of the Falcons for the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Adam Tayara. Takes us to the break. We'll step aside and go visit some of our sponsors that make all this possible. This is Zach Arnold Productions bringing you Colt Baseball from Corpus Christi, sponsored by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab bleaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the third inning. The Colts coming to bat. And the man who made the last out will be the first up this half inning. Dom Trillo leading off, the number 9 hole hitter for your Colts today. His first at bat in this ball game. And then it's back to the top of the order for Gannon Howard, the center fielder for today. He'll be on deck. And in the hole, Danny Bustamante. Trillo, Howard, and Busta to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Colts lead the game 1-0 after Quiros was able to steal after Axel Alvarado drew a walk. And due to an error and some other unfortunate circumstances, it is fortunate for the Colts that they moved Quiros around and got the run. Julian Robles on for his next inning of work. His first delivery is high for ball 1. That's right in that zone. I'm getting to where I can almost predict this umpire when he's going to call a strike. He likes that low outside corner, and the count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike on Trillo. High for ball 2. 2-1 the count on the man. I got to decide where he would play in today's ball game.
Just saw Robles kind of doing a makeshift arm motion. I wonder if he's having trouble with his release point, not exactly getting it where he wants it.
That curveball breaks too far outside for ball 3. Hitters count here to Dom Trillo. Three balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the third. The wind. A little bit too low and outside for ball 4. Dom Trillo draws the free pass and will take up residence at first base. And that'll take us back to the top of the order with Gannon Howard. Gannon got a base hit in his first at bat, and then was an unfortunate throw out at second base. Howard steps in. Robles keeping an eye on Mr. Trillo, and the pitch home. Almost gets away from JT Tejeda. Good block there. As that ball, I've noticed Robles' ball has a lot of motion. It has a lot of movement, and it breaks quite a bit. And that one almost broke and crossed up Tejeda, but he did a good job of keeping it in front of him. Throw over to first. No, just a courtesy tag applied by Ben Calderon. Trillo gets back in plenty of time. We have seen an unusual amount of players getting picked off in this tournament so far.
We have.
Another throw over there.
It's those fundamentals that you're really, really working on during these pre-district tournaments.
Coach Barrientos over there in the first base coaching box, helping to keep Trillo on his toes. The pitch home. Swung on and hit to the left side. Shortstop to second, on to first for the double play for the Stevens Falcons. Dom Trillo forced out at second. Gannon Howard out at first. 6-4-3, the double play there, if you're scoring along with us at home. And that'll bring us to the third batter of the inning, Danny Bustamante.
Yep, well executed, 6-4-3. Josh Hernandez to Garcia to Calderon.
Danny got a triple in the game against TM earlier this afternoon and scored a run. That looping curveball stayed outside for Robles. Count goes to 2-0 on Bustamante. The wind, swung on and hit to the shortstop again, and his counterpart snags it out of midair for the out. So an F or an L6 maybe. It's kind of a line drive.
I'm inclined to L6. That was a hot shot.
Yep.
well fielded by Josh Hernandez, and the Colts go down quietly. Headed to the fourth, they're ahead by 1 here on the Zap Network. This is high school baseball presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, Class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
The fourth inning is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they can drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information.
On to the top of the fourth inning here, as Zach mentioned, the fourth inning stretch. Adam Tayara cruising along so far in this game. I don't want to invoke the announcer's jinx, but he's only got one base hit going, but he's faced four batters in the first inning, four batters in the second inning, three in the third. He's just mowing them down so far. 2 strikeouts to his credit, and on for his fourth inning of work here. The Stevens Falcons sending up their 3, 4, and 5 hitters as Jordan Vargas steps in. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Jordan Vargas leading off. On deck, Matt Diaz, and in the hole, JT Tejeda.
Yeah, Vargas got that infield single that went to the shortstop that caused that little tumble by Danny Bustamante. He's still out there, though, and staying in the game, so that's a good sign. I'm baffled.
Yeah, that has been called a strike.
It was not here, and it's 2 balls and a strike now.
2 balls, 1 strike on Jordan Vargas, the center fielder. That pitch is inside for 3 balls. And the hitters count here for Jordan. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Sun beginning to set here in the Corpus Christi area, in our faces.
Ball 4 issued to Vargas, and he takes first base on the walk.
Does not seem to be affecting the quality of our camera view or our stream just yet, but we are monitoring it just in case we need to make adjustments for you all.
Third walk of the game issued by Adam Tayara thus far, and that'll take us to the number 4 hole hitter, Matt Diaz, the third baseman for the Falcons. Throw over to first base. A little bit closer play there as Cifuentes applies the tag, but the umpire signals safe.
You know, Pop, it's interesting. I'm seeing a lot of Stevens fans wearing apparel that looks like the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, their Falcon shape looks like that.
But when I went to look for their logo online, it's the one that you see on the score bug. All of the school branding and such looks like the Falcon that you see here, as opposed to the Atlanta Falcon that is on their apparel. I wonder if that's something unique to the baseball team that I just wasn't aware of.
Maybe so. And their colors being red and black, I could see where they would lean towards the Falcons football team.
It makes sense.
Throw over to first base, a little bit closer. Umpire says he's safe.
It's a good pickoff attempt.
Good move.
Especially with Diaz showing bunt there. The runner is anticipating contact and takes a little bit more of a lead off of first base. Now he
squares the bunt again and hits away right to Abe Alvarado. He snags the ball and gets away from Cifuentes.
That throw was a little bit wide, but it went off of Cifuentes' glove. I don't know.
I'm gonna give an E3 on that one.
He's tapping his chest. He says, "That's my bad."
Yeah.
Yep. We'll go with an E3 for Matt Diaz, and there's 2 on now for the Falcons.
That'll bring up the catcher, JT Tejeda. Got a walk and then was caught at first base, leading off too far by the pitcher Tyara.
May have been his courtesy runner. I don't remember if he had a runner or not.
I didn't write one in, but could have been. Tyra wheels off the pitching rubber and looks at the runner at second base, Vargas. 2 runners on, nobody out here.
Time was called and issued very emphatically by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, the home plate umpire just kind of bailed out of the umpire position completely there, giving us no doubt time had been called. We're back to being ready to play. Runners at first and second. There's that shift play trying to get the runner at second.
I love that shift play.
Uh-huh. That's a planned play.
That is something that they practice. They practice that execution in order to try to catch a runner sleeping.
And it worked yesterday.
It did. And now they shift with the second baseman Murphy coming up into the middle infield in case of a bunt attempt.
1 strike count on the batter. Swung on and hit to Abe right past and under his glove. It's going to bring a run in.
No, it may not.
Coach Rogers throws it on, and Abe Axel gets the ball, but no wheeling attempt.
That was a tough throw by Kernal, but the run does score on the single by Tejada. Jordan Vargas plates a run, and we're tied up at 1 after the base knock.
Matt Diaz down to second base as Tejada takes his place at first, and that'll take us to the number 6 hole hitter, the pitcher, Julian Robles.
I don't think I was expecting.
We are going to get a switch in the runner here for the catcher.
So we are in South Texas, but I think this may be the first time I've ever been to a baseball game where celebratory music includes the playing of La Chona. But it kind of makes sense, though, because that song involves dancing in a big circle at quinceañeras and weddings. So when a player makes the full circle around the bases.
That's a balk, yep. The pitcher Tejada motioned, came off the plate towards home plate, wheeled to first. Tyara, and held the ball, and it essentially faked to first base, and we just can't do that. So both of the runners move up 1 base.
Well, and it's a miscommunication because I don't think he knew that Cifuentes was creeping up for the bunt attempt. I think he fully intended to throw, but then he saw that nobody was at first base and he couldn't. Strike is issued. Still looking for their first out of the inning is Arlington.
And now 2 runners in scoring position for the pitcher Robles. The 1 strike throw is a swing and a miss. Tyara goes ahead 0-2 on his pitching counterpart at the plate. Starting to get some long shadows here at TM Field as the sun goes down. The 0-2 delivery coming from Tyara. Curveball swung on and hit.
That's going to put 2.
In front of Howard out there. 2 runs go. Oh, close play, closer than we thought it might have been. As Axel Alvarado gets the ball and wheels and tags the second runner coming across. But Diaz and Tejada both score on that single by the pitcher, Julian Robles. He does indeed help his own cause. So still nobody out here in the inning.
And it's now 3 runs across for the Falcons.
Just been little things, a walk, an error, and 2 base hits. But it's plated 3 runs. Tahara set for his next pitch to Garcia. And it's a bunt that goes foul on the right-hand side for strike 1. Victor Garcia, the second baseman, now in the batter's box.
Flew out to Cifuentes at first base during his last at-bat. Fly out here would go a long way to Arlington's defensive situation. No visible
Another
activity in the bullpen, though.
throw down by Axel to Cifuentes, but again, Cifuentes can't handle the throw, and it gets away.
1-1 the count. Good coverage there by Murphy. Sliding over just in case it got past. You didn't want to give an extra base there.
1 ball, 1 strike on Garcia. Tayara sets and peeks over his left shoulder at the runner. The batter squares right back to Tayara. He's got it, throws to second to Busta for the out, and on to first, and he's safe at first.
They do get the lead runner, though. That is going to be a 1-6 fielder's choice.
And finally, the first out of the inning for the Colts. So Garcia takes the place of Robles at first base, and there's 1 out in the inning. And that'll bring up the number 8 hole hitter, Ben Calderon, the first baseman for the Falcons. Flew out to second base his first at bat. That pitch from Tayara is outside, crosses the other opposite batting box for ball 1. Tayara takes a look at Garcia and comes home. A bit low and inside for ball 2.
One thing I'm noticing, Pops, is Tayara doesn't quite have a lot of balance on his delivery out of the stretch. I think he's not quite comfortable pitching out of the stretch yet, as opposed to the traditional windup. And when that happens, the placement of your pitches is off a little bit. And it can either lead to balls or contact, like we saw a moment ago.
2-0 pitch, home is low for ball 3. 3-0 on Calderon. Umpire calls timeout. Granting that time to the batter Calderon. And we're all back in position and ready to play again. 3-0 the count. High and inside for ball 4. Second walk this inning issued by Tayara. Moves Garcia down to second, putting a runner in scoring position for Josh Hernandez. Axel Alvarado calls for time, and there'll be a conference call at the mound for the Colt defense.
Activity in the Arlington bullpen. You have to wonder how long of a leash Tayara gets, especially after these 3 runs having been given up in this top of the 4th. A reminder, fans, that it is in all likelihood, depending on the outcome of the game between Falfurrias and Corpus Christi Ray, that Arlington will not end up winning their pool regardless of how this game turns out. But there will be at least 1 game to be played tomorrow. It'll either be played at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. We do not know the opponent or the ballpark yet. We'll have to wait for all of the games to go final before the tournament committee makes that decision.
Swing and a miss by Josh Hernandez here, the shortstop for the Falcons.
The easiest way to know is to follow us on socials at Zach the Voice and subscribe to the channel so that you know when we go live, regardless of whether it's at 9 or 11 tomorrow.
0-1 pitch, fouled off. Tayara up. No balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop Hernandez. 1 out here in the inning, 2 runners on. Time called by Hernandez. Granted by the umpire, who goes diving out of the umpire's area behind the catcher, Alvarado. The 0-2 pitch is a little bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count here.
Axel tried to frame it. It was a little bit in the upper quadrant of the zone. Tried to kind of hang it there as best he could, but no luck.
The 1-2 delivery hits the batter. Curveball never broke over the plate. It just kept curving inside and plunked Hernandez, and the bases are full.
with one out for the top of the order. You just had to say that he was cruising through, didn't you?
I did. I did have to say that. It's my fault.
As if we had any real outcome on how these games go. Coach Womack is coming out to call time. In the past, it was former varsity assistant Heath Crosno who would come out to have conversations with the pitchers on the initial visits, and now Womack handling those duties himself. But it looks like
he is taking the ball.
He has seen enough of Tayara's work today. New pitcher will be coming down the pipe, presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing in just a moment. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is after the break. Stick around. There's a lot more baseball left to play here on ZAP.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
4.
Pitching changes presented by Pipe and Peak, serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. New man on the mound. He got out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs in the previous game. Coming on in relief, it's number 7, Caleb Steele. Steele on the mound for Arlington.
It's like one thing we've noticed in this little bit of time we've seen from Steele, his velocity is quite a bit lower than what the Falcons have been used to seeing. He throws a low-velocity ball, does Caleb Steele.
It's about placement.
Yep, accurate, but low velocity.
It's about placement and sometimes about contact. With the bases loaded, you want to get contact that doesn't leave the infield. If you can prevent the ball from leaving the infield, you can get the force out at home.
So resetting the situation for you here after Josh Hernandez was plunked by the last pitch. He is at first base. Ben Calderon down at second. Victor Garcia over at third for a Falcons on every base here with only 1 out in the inning. New batter, top of the order, Aaron Sanchez. If we don't get a couple of outs here pretty quickly, it's going to mess up my score sheet.
Lefty pitcher versus righty hitter with this new substitution. Colts trying to stop the bleeding.
Caleb Steele, the southpaw, delivers his first pitch home, and it's ball. 1-0 to Aaron Sanchez, who has grounded out to short and struck out so far this evening in his 2 appearances at the plate. Steele looks in for the sign. Called strike 1 by the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steele gets the signal and comes set. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, hit towards Danny Bustamante. He tosses it to Murphy at second, 1 out. On to first. Safe at first, and another run comes home.
Garcia scores after reaching on the fielder's choice. And it's now 4-1 as Sanchez reaches on the 6-4 fielder's choice.
That'll bring up the 9th batter of the inning, Mike Hernandez, the left fielder. They have batted around now. Hernandez with a fly to left and a fly to right. He just needs to fly to center here to complete that cycle. First pitch from Steele is a called strike one. Runners at the corners for the Falcons. Ben Calderon at third and Aaron Sanchez over at first. 2 outs now in the inning. The pitch. Swung on and hit towards lined right at Murphy. And that preserves the score sheet and preserves the end of the inning.
Not before Stevens jumps out in front, putting up a 4 spot in this 4th. And it's the middle of the 4th, which means it's time for the 4th inning stretch. As we see how these final innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the 4th inning presenters of ZAP. We'll be back after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome back to the Colts half of the 4th inning. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Payne Kernal stepping into the batter's box, followed by Axel Alvarado on deck and Noah Cifuentes in the hole. Called strike one from Julian Robles, who continues on the mound for San Antonio Stevens. Kernal grounded out to third, his first at bat tonight. The next offering from Robles is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Payne Kernal. Curveball catches that outside corner for a called strike 2. A lot of movement on these pitches from Robles. He's got some good mojo on that ball. Swung on and hit left center field. The center fielder ranging over, gets a bead on it and puts it away. Does Jordan Vargas for the F8 and the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Axel Alvarado, the catcher for the Colts. Batting from the left-handed batting box. Got a walk and scored the Colts' only run in the 2nd inning. Quiros was running for him at the time when the run came across the plate, but Axel got him there, and there's a sharply hit ball into left field in front of Mike Hernandez. And Axel Alvarado really seeing the ball well and stroking it into left field for a base hit. So Robles at first base, and that'll bring up the big man, number 26, Noah Cifuentes, holding down first base consistently for the Colts. Grounded out to short his first at bat tonight. Quiros running for Axel, as has been the case most of the weekend. And the first pitch into Cifuentes is a called strike 1. Second pitch in is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Noah Cifuentes. Robles comes set, the 1-1. Swung on and lifted to the right side. The second baseman going out and makes the catch. Victor Garcia kept his eye on the ball and was able to haul that one in for the second out. And that'll bring up Abe Alvarado, starting pitcher in that last ball game. Abe grounded out to second, his first at bat here in this ball game against Stevens. Runner still at first in Quiros. First delivery swung on and missed. 0-1. Colin Murphy taking some cuts in the on-deck circle should he get the opportunity. Robles. Ball in the dirt and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on AB. The 1-1 pitch. Runner goes to second. Throw down there, and he's out at second base, and the inning is over. JT Tejeda got a good throw down there and nailed Quiros heading down to second on the steal attempt. Abe Alvarado will lead off the next inning because he was at bat when Quiros was thrown out. That'll take us to the 5th inning. We're going to step aside and take a short break, visit our sponsors. This is Zach Arnold Productions bringing you Colts baseball from Corpus Christi, Texas, sponsored by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the ZAP network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Back to action here at TM Ballpark. Alongside my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this tournament action. Arlington was ahead 1-0 in a 4 spot in the previous inning, has flipped the momentum of this ball game. And with it being a 2-hour time limit and another game on the horizon, there's no guarantee we'll play the full 7 as we go to the top of the 5th inning here. The last ball game we played went 6 innings, so that may be all that the Colts have to work with. They will get an opportunity to have an at-bat since they serve as a designated home team this evening. First pitch from Steele is a called strike number 1. Pops, I was adjusting the camera. Who's leading off for us in this top of the 5th?
Top of the 5th is Jordan Vargas, the center fielder. The 3, 4, 5 hitters. Vargas, Diaz, and Tejeda, the 1, 2, 3 batters coming up.
And what was the final play of the last half inning? I'm sorry.
The final play of the last half was a fly ball to. No, I'm sorry.
That was AB, right? No, it was
Abe was at the plate.
Abe was at the plate.
Throw out of Quiros.
Of Quiros. So AB will be leading things off.
Correct.
Thank you. 2-1 at the plate. Now moves to 3-1 of Vargas. Single and a walk and 1 of the 4 runs scored so far today.
Yeah, everyone was pretty much in on the action as they batted around last inning. And there's a free pass delivered.
He'll get a free pass again. He drew a walk from Tayara and draws a walk here. Perfect on-base percentage with a single and 2 walks. Diaz reached on an E3 his last time up, but also grounded out to short. A grounder to short could result in a double play. This one's going to be a bunt instead, and it's a good one. Nobody's covering first base, and everybody is safe. Cifuentes came to cover the ball. Steele came to cover the ball, and Murphy couldn't cover first in time, and it's a bunt single.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a confusion going on between who was supposed to be where as Noah looks into the dugout. for direction from the coaching staff. I got to give him a base hit on that.
Yeah, that's just a base hit. So 1BBU, very unconventional, but that's really all it can be. Just legged it out. So 2 men aboard for Stevens. For Tejada. He'll square up to bunt, and it'll be in the dirt. Runners are going, and Axel will have no play. They were going on the pitch, so those are double steals for the Falcons. And there's 2 men in scoring position with ball 1 at the plate.
That's just a regular old plane. We saw Air Force One fly over in the middle of the last ball game.
That's not something you see every day. 1-0 from Steele is fouled back. Tejada drew a walk and got a single to left and an RBI during that 4-run fourth. Nobody out here with men in scoring position again. Ripped down and foul as AB tries to cover it. Home plate umpire very quick to announce that foul ball, and it's 1-2. The entire infield playing on the inner lip. Swing and a miss. A much needed strikeout for Caleb Steele.
Tejada really reaching on that off-speed pitch.
And now the pitcher, Julian Robles. 1 for 1 technically on the day with a single to center. Gave himself 2 runs of support with that RBI knock. Up in the air, playable. And Cifuentes records the F3 for out number 2. Much to the delight of the Arlington faithful that made the trip. But we know that there's quite a bunch of you who did not make the trip. And we're glad to be bringing you the ball game today. This may be the last Arlington game on the Zap Network, but Jot Holly's going to be on the call back in DFW for the Bowie Volunteers, as this is a big swing and a miss for strike number 1 from Victor Garcia. So if you don't have anything else to do tonight, please consider tuning in and supporting another local AISD school and some other local broadcasters, as he and Cameron Wilcox will be on the call for the Volunteers versus the Vikings. Axel with a pump fake after that ball 1 to try to chase the runner back up to third base. One ball and 1 strike to Garcia, reached on a fielder's choice. His last time up. And Steele can't get the call there as it moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Somebody's asleep up in the score booth again.
Not here on Zap, though. That one's going to get fouled off, and that is strike number 2 to Garcia. Axel taking a quick breather as Steele takes his time returning to the pitcher's mound. Two and 2 the count with 2 outs. And 2 men on. Steele's pitch home. Lofted to center field, playable for Howard. He's retreating to his right, and he'll make the grab for the F8 that retires the side. Stevens gets 2 in scoring position but can't bring them home, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. But before we do that, we want to say some thank yous to people who helped make this tournament coverage possible, including Roberto Robledo and Romy Pools, Jake and Sharon Damon, Annie Madden, Armando Derrico, Elijah Slade, Taylor Steele, Clark Hercules, Eric Bouchel, and Kirsten Aganaga. They helped make sure that we could cover hotel expenses, meals like the ones we're about to go have after this ball game, and missed work because I had to take some unpaid days from my 9 to 5 in order to come provide this coverage. If you appreciate the coverage that is taking place, please consider sending a Venmo tip to the username @ZachTheVoice or scan the QR code on your screen. Thank you so much for supporting local broadcasters who are just trying to make ends meet while providing quality coverage for your high school athletes. We'll be back with more of it here on ZAP in just a moment.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning, possibly one of the final opportunities Arlington will get, depending on when they say this game officially started. AB trying to get things started with a hot shot to shortstop, but it's fielded well by Josh Hernandez, and he is retired on the 6-3 putout.
Maybe getting the bat on the ball, but it's going right to a position player. Need to find the holes.
That'll take us to Murphy. Hot shot down the corner for a base hit to left field. Murphy's going to round first and head for second. It's going to be a tight play, and he is going to scamper in with a stand-up double down the left field line.
That was a hot shot right down the line, just past the outstretched glove of third baseman Matt Diaz, and all the way into that coffin corner.
Maybe that can be the spark Arlington needs. Who is batting here? Is this Tyara still?
It is. I thought I saw him on deck.
He's in just as a DH now. And they'll chase Murph back to second base here. And Tayara looks at a belt high strike one. Steps out of the batter's box a little frustrated at himself that he probably didn't take a cut at something he should have. That one is in and out of the glove of Tejada, but it stays in front of him for ball one. Murphy stays put. And they're going to try and do a check with the sneaky second baseman trick. Murphy isn't going to fall for it. And Pops, as the sun continues to set, our brightness continues to have some issues on the camera here. I may need you to take over in just a moment.
Ready and willing.
To short. Tough hop. They're going to try to go to third, and it is in time. They get the lead runner on the 6'5" fielder's choice. Okay, Pops, you're up.
2 outs in the inning now. That'll bring up Dom Trillo. Adam Tayara takes up first base on the fielder's choice as they went to third and had to get the tag on the play at third and did so successfully. 2 outs now. First pitch to Trillo is high for ball 1. On deck, should he get the opportunity, is the top of the order, Gannon Howard, taking some warm-up cuts. Next pitch home is low and in the dirt, blocked well by JT Tejada. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter, Dom Trillo. Robles comes set. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed at the plate. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on the batter, Dom Trillo. Right fielder in tonight's game. Took a walk in his last at bat and was out at second base. Next pitch swung on and hit towards the shortstop. Hernandez gets the ball, tosses it shortly over to the second baseman covering the bag, Victor Garcia, and the Colts are down for the count. 6-4 the put out for the third out, and that'll take us to a break between innings. This is high school baseball, brought to you by Zach Arnold Productions, the Colts in Corpus, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab bleaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back to TM Field, Tuloso Midway Ball Field in northwest Corpus Christi area. The Arlington Colts in the Corpus Christi tournament, brought to you by Zach Arnold Productions. We are here in case you could not be here. There are a lot of Colt fans in attendance, but for you guys that are back home, we are glad to be here in your behalf to bring you all the action. Playing the San Antonio Stevens Falcons, they're going to send up their 8, 9, and 1 batters in this inning to face Caleb Steele here, number 7 for the Colts, the southpaw, on in relief of Adam Tayara. First at bat for the Falcons, Ben Calderon, the first baseman. Second up, Josh Hernandez will be on deck, the shortstop. And in the hole, the top of the order, Aaron Sanchez. Calderon, Hernandez, Sanchez, 1, 2, 3 in this inning. Umpire calls play, and we're ready to go. First pitch from Steele, swung on and missed for strike 1. Sun continuing to go down here. Zach adjusting the apertures on the cameras. That ball is hit right up the middle. Danny Bustamante ranges to his left and makes the play, throws to first base, but it pops in and out of the outstretched glove of Noah Cifuentes, and Calderon is on.
If it's in and out of his glove, Pops, that's another E3.
Well, it was a tough throw.
I know it was a tough throw, but it was on time. And if it touches your glove, then it's within range for you.
Yeah, you would have hoped that it would have gobbled it up and it would have been out. The bunt squared up for by number 10, Hernandez, and it's going to roll foul.
Shortstop will come back to the plate for another chance with a 1-strike count on him. And Calderon has to return to first. The lights here at TM Ballpark are just starting to warm up.
Just warming up. Probably should have been on a little bit sooner.
0-1 pitch, square to bunt again, and it's a fly ball bunt missed by Steele. And nobody's at first base.
But they get the force.
But they get the force out at second.
That's a 1-3-6 fielder's choice.
Noah with the presence of mind to go ahead and field that ball, realize nobody's at first, and throw it down to second where Bustamante was covering. And we got an out of that chaos.
Who was that bat again? That
was Hernandez.
That was
at bat.
Hernandez. So he reaches. It goes off of the glove of Steele, so it's a 1-3-6 fielder's choice.
That'll bring up the top of the order for the Falcons, Aaron Sanchez, the right fielder. First pitch to him was a ball. Runner at first base and 1 out. Next pitch right up the middle, right to Murphy, who
and it's a double
gets a
play.
double play.
Oh my goodness! The Colts get out of the inning with a perfectly executed 6-3 double play. Sorry, Pops. I got excited just watching that happen. Holy smokes. This might be it, folks. Stick around for the potential final 3 outs of day 2 on Zap when we come back after this.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Bottom of the 6th, and with the way the time constraints work, there's a very decent chance that this may be Arlington's final opportunity to come back here in this ball game. Luckily for them, luckily, it's the top of the order in Gannon Howard, Danny Bustamante, and Payne Kernal.
Julian Robles returns to the mound for the Falcons. He seems to have had the Colts tied up at the plate most of the day today.
What's fascinating, Pops, is he's one of those pitchers to contact. No strikeouts to his credit so far today.
Right.
Robles is high and tight to Gannon Howard for ball 1. Sharp contact, but not enough, and it goes into the bullpen past the first base dugout to bring it to a ball and a strike. The sun's setting over the batting cages along the third baseline here at TM Ballpark, as Howard sends this right back to the pitcher. He'll go halfway and underhand it for the 1-3 putout. That'll take us to Danny Bustamante. 0 for 2 on the day. And the bats have just not been able to string runs together today, at least in this ball game. As Bustamante knocks a couple of people backwards in that third base dugout. Lucky for them, there was a little bit of fencing there. But that sharp foul results in an 0-1 count. And a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Fouled out of play. Headed to the concourse. Up and over our heads and behind us. And the at-bat stays alive for one more pitch. The 0-2 swung on and swung through. Of course, I mentioned that there were no strikeouts, and then he comes and gets a strikeout for out number 2. It'll be up to Payne Kernal to extend the inning and potentially extend the game. In all likelihood, this may be the final out of the ball game. Robles turns and delivers. A called strike on the way outside right-hand corner of the plate. Left-hand corner, excuse me. The 0-1. Contact. One hopper to second. Across. In time. And the Falcons are coming out of the dugout. We'll see if we'll get to play the 7th or not.
We're well over the time limit.
Umpires are conferring, and I believe that's the ball game.
Colts are coming out onto the field as if they might get to play another inning.
Coach Womack looking at his watch, asking for a 7th. We were delayed getting started, so there should be enough time for another inning. And the Colt defense is coming out. So we'll take a short break and take a break with them as they warm up for the 7th inning here at TM Ballpark. When we come back, it's rally time for your Colts.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
So we do get to play a full 7 here at TM Ballpark. The previous game went a little bit long, so this one gets to go a little long as well. I believe the next game may be scheduled for 7 o'clock, Pops. That's why they're trying to keep up with the schedule and the routine. But Arlington does get to have one more opportunity to come back and win this, although, quite honestly, aside from that 4-run outburst that happened in the dead middle of the game, both offenses have been rather anemic. First pitch from Caleb Steele is low and away for ball 1.
And it's good we get this 7th inning. Steele gets a little bit more work on the mound, a little bit more experience, and the bats get another chance.
That's low for ball 2 to Mike Hernandez. Is that Hernandez?
It is.
So who grounded into the double play? I thought it was Vargas. Did Sanchez?
Two different Hernandezes, I believe.
Josh Hernandez grounded into the double play?
Yes. No, it would have been Sanchez.
That should have been Sanchez. Yeah, I've got my scoring sheet all confused.
Sanchez grounded into the double play, and this is number 4, Mike Hernandez.
This is Mike
that just drew the walk.
who draws the free pass, yes, and that'll take us to the center fielder, Jordan Vargas. Yeah, I use a shorthand in order to be able to keep up with the play-by-play. You have a formal scoring sheet that you're able to operate from that's a little more clean and put together. Hit and run. They're going to right field with it. Trillo loses it, out of play.
Yeah, it was a foul ball, but Trillo never saw it.
He was making moves like he was trying to get underneath it, and instead it'll go foul.
He lost the ball in this dusk sky. The air here in Corpus area is very thick due to all the refineries.
Well, and just the saltiness of the coastal air that's near us. It's funny, we're as close to the coast as we have been in a long time, and we still haven't seen the actual water yet.
I heard seagulls this afternoon.
That's the closest I've been.
Heard seagulls and lots of palm trees, and that's a change in setting that is refreshing.
It's a change of scenery, sure. A foul back into the netting by Vargas makes it an 0-2 count now. Steele comes home, and it's too low for ball one. Steele was able to get out of a very tight bases-loaded jam in the previous game in order to help preserve the win for Arlington, taking down the host TM Warriors by a score of 5-3. Just one run of offense so far in this one as that gets fouled out of play. So 1 ball and 2 strike count to Vargas. Off of the wrists, and he fouls that one out of play. Caleb Steele just trying to win the at-bat rather than try to win the day. Just go one batter at a time and then hope to get a miracle from your offense. That one's going to skitter away. Axel's going to pop and throw the tag. Not in time. That's a pass ball. He didn't go until after Axel lost it. So runner moves into scoring position with nobody out now. Advancing on the pass ball. The 2-2 is sawed off. And Vargas is alive for another pitch.
Nice little battle going on here between the center fielder and the pitcher.
I like the song choices by our DJ. I just hope I don't get hit with copyright restrictions from YouTube. 2-2 again. Low and inside. It's full count now. Best pitch here. Steele agrees on it and comes home. Payoff pitch. Low and inside. Vargas draws the free pass.
Nobody in the Colt bullpen, so this is Steele's game to finish.
One way or the other. Cifuentes is coming up the baseline, anticipating the bunt attempt here by the third baseman, Matt Diaz. They're going to laser it down to second to chase the runner back.
Interesting, we have the Falcons in our game, and the game coming after us is also the Falcons.
Popular name choice, I suppose. Wonder if Stevens is still playing. I think they have another game to play. They may have played earlier in the day, and this is their second game as well.
I see another team in the
batting cage.
In the batting cage down the third base line, so it looks like somebody different rolling in. Two different teams down each baseline in queue waiting.
Steele with a glance of second and comes home. And that's to the left field. And that's a base hit. Everybody stays at their respective bases, only moving 90 feet, but Kernal not able to get there. So now bases are loaded for Stevens. And the force is to home after the single by Diaz. This is the catcher, Tejada. First pitch swinging is foul into his teammate's third base dugout. Steele's next pitch. Sharply hit. The play is to home. Bustamante gets it to Axel Alvarado in time for the force out. And a very unconventional 6-2 FC. That is as well executed as you could hope for. As a run stalls. Bases stay loaded, but now there's one out for Arlington here. Trying to get out of this jam as best they can so that they have the best opportunity possible going to the bottom of the seventh. They're going to throw over to first base, and the tag is in time! 2 away now. And all of a sudden, with 2 pitches, Arlington's got 2 outs. Great defense by Axel Alvarado and a great tag by Noah Cifuentes. Ball 1 at the plate. It's a 1-0 count. And now it's a 1-1 count to the pitcher, Julian Robles. Popped up to first base his last time up. And takes a look at strike 2 on the outside corner. And Steele is 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Just a bit inside. It was one of those crossing pitches, and I think it crossed the plate after. And it moves 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 men on. Steele's next pitch. Fouled straight back, and Robles stays alive. And there's the Bee Gees. Saw that one coming.
Cue the Bee Gees, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Robles. Runners at second and third. The lefty Steele comes home. Nerves of steel! Caleb gets out of the jam, and we're headed to the bottom of the 7th with the score staying exactly what it is. A great job pitching out of there by Caleb, and we're headed to the bottom of the inning and the end of the day, one way or another, here on Zap when we come back.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951 0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, Class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Julian Robles coming out trying to get the complete game victory. Axel Alvarado leading things off for Arlington here in the bottom of the 7th. Alongside my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold on the call, bringing you this Corpus Christi tournament. A lot of tournament presenters helping make this possible. But viewers like you are the reason why we do it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this broadcast. It'll be Axel, Noah Cifuentes, and A.B. Alvarado trying to generate a spark here on the second game of a doubleheader for the Colts. They were able to defeat the host TM by a score of 5-3. Have not had as much run support in this ball game.
Yeah. And really, they only fell apart in that one inning when Stevens was able to bat around and put 4 runs on the board. That's been it from them.
That's been it.
Outside of that, they've been pretty quiet.
They have been quiet as well. It's been the Colt defense. They got out of a bases-loaded jam in the last half inning. And hopefully keeping that goose egg on the board in the top of the 7th will provide a little bit of interest for Arlington here in the bottom. Ball 1 skitters away from Axel as Cifuentes trots over to pick it up. And that one's too far inside to Axel, ball 2. Arlington's either going to falter or walk it off in this half inning, so a reminder fans to stick around for the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. Regardless of the outcome of this game, we'll try to provide some updates on what to expect for tomorrow's action. Regardless of what form it'll take, we'll be presenting that game to you as well. Axel was taken the whole way, and he takes a look at strike 1 right down the pipe. That one not presented by Pipe and Peak, though. The hitters count. He was swinging for the fences. That's probably the biggest swing I've ever seen Axel take. He can't connect, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Axel drew a walk in his first at-bat. Quiros came around to score on the E2. And that has been Arlington's only run so far. And he runs down to first base, drawing the free pass here as well. As Quiros checks in at first base. 1 on and nobody out for Arlington here in the bottom of the 7th. A perfect on-base percentage for Axel again this afternoon, Pops.
He has really got a good eye. And our only idea behind that was that he is the catcher and sees more pitches than anybody else all day long.
He's got the vision as Cifuentes uses his vision to look at strike 1 called. Chopper sharply hit down the third baseline, foul. Waiting on deck is A.B. Alvarado. Loose ball in foul territory is retrieved. Stevens' defense is set. And Julian Robles back to the mound for the 0-2. Another chopper to third and another foul ball. Retrieved there by Diaz. High and away, and Noah lays off of it for ball one. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter for our next at-bat, Pops. I see somebody other than AB taking cuts as Noah draws the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two. 1 on, no out. Lofted. Headed for left field. Left fielder coming over and making the grab. That is Mike Hernandez for the F7 and out number 1.
Frias, the man coming to bat.
Jacob Frias had a triple yesterday right here at this ballpark. So we'll see what he's capable of this afternoon. 1 on, 1 out now for the pinch hitter Frias coming in for AB Alvarado. And he'll take a look at a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Quiros not getting too strong of a lead off of first as he's being guarded there by Calderon. You don't want to get picked off in this situation. Ripped to right field. That's a base hit. And there's 2 aboard now as the pinch hitter collects the base hit.
Good bit of batting there by Frias to take that one to right field, dropping it right in front of Aaron Sanchez out there. And the Colts have something going here with 1 out.
This is Colin Murphy trying to mount a little 7th inning rally as he represents the tying run at the plate. Colts can tie it with 1 swing of the bat, although the bats have not been that loud in this tournament. Couple of triples, but nothing that has left the yard yet here in South Texas. Curveball drops in for a called strike 1 to Murph.
We've been a little surprised by that with the breeze. We thought somebody would be able to get a ball up into that jet stream and carry one over the fence, but not yet.
The 0-1. That's going to center field. It's playable for Vargas. He'll make the grab, and Quiros will tag up and run over to third. There's runners on the corners now, but 2 outs after the F8 by Murphy. It'll be up to the young man who started on the mound for this game, Tayara, to see if he can extend this ball game. Julian Robles looking for the complete game victory. 1 out away from doing so. First pitch to Tayara. Catches the corner for a called strike 1. The 0-1 is now 0-2. Tayara disagrees with it.
Yeah.
Very violently disagrees with it as he steps all the way outside of the batter's circle. And Arlington is down to their final strike of the day. Robles is 0-2. Low and away, but dug out by Tejada. Keeps Quiros where he is.
That one far enough outside. The ump couldn't ring that one up.
1-2 to Tayara. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. No opportunity for that here. High and tight. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 men on. 2-2-2-2-2. Next pitch. That's going to left field. Is it playable? The diving attempt, no good. That's a base hit. The throw to second. They got him at second. Oh my goodness. How do you call that? The runner rounded second on the base hit, and Coach Womack is trying to get clarification. We'll see if we can see it here on the Zap Network. It was a clean base hit. The runner rounds second base, holds up. They get the throw back to the bag, and the out is called. Arlington does plate another run on the base hit, but that is going to be called the third out of the ball game and will end Arlington's afternoon. Stevens gets the 4-2 win on the defensive throw by Mike Hernandez to Josh Hernandez. They win it 4-2, and Arlington will play one game tomorrow, as there is now no shot at winning this pool here in Corpus Christi. All of these are very tightly contested games, though. There have been no games in this entire tournament that have been blowouts. All of these games have been completely winnable or won by Arlington as they go 2-2 in 2 days, splitting both times. And it's so interesting to see the parity in this tournament, Pops, and just unfortunate that a base running mishap is what ends the ball game.
Yeah, Coach Womack's still talking out there to his player, and it's like, dude, we just got to tighten this up. We saw a lot of outs recorded with base running during the course of the tournament, and so that's a good point to be working on.
It's a fundamental to try to take care of as you get ready for district.
We've seen good fundamentals in the fielding on the defensive side. Got to work on the fundamentals of base running.
As a reminder, fans, we do not yet know Arlington's opponent tomorrow, so we cannot tell you who we're playing or where we're playing, but we do know that it will either be at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. So it will be a morning time game, pre-noon, and it will be here on the Zap Network one way or another. Come hell or high water, we'll be bringing you the final game of the Corpus Christi tournament, and it will hopefully be one that can end on a high note as Arlington falters here by a final of 4-2. A reminder that John Wade Roofing presents this post-game show. They have been in the roofing business and in the Arlington community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs, gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Pops, any final thoughts before we call it an evening here at TM?
Well, it's been a day of ups and downs. I mean, the first game against the host TM Warriors was just a game to beat all games. I mean, it was a fun ball game. It was exciting. This one, the only thing that was exciting was that one inning where
Stevens batted around
the order and plated 4 runs. And outside of that, on both sides of the ball, it was kind of lackluster. And so that's just the way baseball goes sometimes. You're controlled by the pitchers. I mean, I think Shining Star was Steele. I mean, he came on in a very difficult situation, got out of an inning, and then continued to pitch the rest of the ballgame. Got some good reps out there, some good innings, and I think he really showed himself to be a viable option for relief.
I agree.
So that's a big bright spot from this ball game.
He battled hard in both games, getting out of a jam both times, and showed what he's made of. So things to improve on, obviously, but also things to be excited about, which is exactly what you hope for in tournament play.
Yep.
Thanks to all of our sponsors that help make this possible. Another special thanks to our tournament sponsors, including the team at Roberto Robledo and Romy Pools, and Jake and Sharon Damon, Annie Madden, Armando Derricole, Elijah Slade, Taylor Steele, Clark Hercules, and Eric Bouchel and Kirsten Aguinaga. We're covering both Arlington and Bowie tournament play this first couple of weeks, and we appreciate all your support to make that possible. If you appreciated tonight's broadcast, please consider sending a Venmo tip to the QR code on your screen or to the username at Zach the Voice. It will cover meals, it will cover gas, it will cover other expenses related to missing work to come and cover all of this. A special thanks to the Zap team, including my lovely wife, Edna, producer mom, Patsy, who talks to us quite a bit and contributes quite a bit behind the scenes, and, of course, my pops Doug for being on the call with me. Thank you to the Stevens community who may have tuned into tonight's game. We hope we represented your team well, and we look forward to covering Arlington tomorrow, either at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. Opponent and venue still TBD. But that's going to do it for us here on the Zap Network. I am Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning in. A reminder, the Bowie Volunteers play in about 30 minutes here on Zap. Please consider supporting Jot Holly and Cameron Wilcox and Chaz Melton on that game as well. But that's going to do it for us tonight on day 2 of the Corpus Christi tournament. Until tomorrow, have a great night.